Hello, everybody. This is Yoav Gutman here in the entrepreneurial marketing class at Western Carolina University. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about my startup idea, Hubcap, and our ideal customer profile or persona. Before I share that with you, I want to tell you a little bit about Hubcap and how you can take lunch back. Hubcap gives time back to car owners by freeing them to schedule car maintenance where they want and when they want, without wasting their lunch break waiting in line. Hubcap also gives auto maintenance professionals more income with a steady stream of new and returning customers, alongside a suite of customer management and retention tools. There are two main types of Hubcap users, app users. Like I said, the first type is going to be those car owners. We call them drivers. And there's three profiles within our driver ideal customer base. The first we've called Colin Techsmith. He lives in a larger metropolitan area, works at a white collar job. He's Gen Z or millennial, and he's really a digital native. He's got Uber, Lyft, ZocDoc, Instacart, and those types of direct-to-consumer, direct-to-user delivery on-demand apps. His challenge, though, is that he's not confident in his car knowledge. He does not have brand loyalty to the dealership or the dealership repair center or any other auto service shop. The strategy to reach him is actually going to be focusing on Twitch influencers and Twitch advertising. The reason for this is that 73% of Twitch users are Generation Z or millennial, so exactly the right demographic. 65% of Twitch users are male. And the last thing that we're going to reach, the way we're going to reach him is the next time he comes in for an oil change. And we'll get to that side of it later when we talk about the Hubcap professionals. But that's a key acquisition strategy, is every time someone comes in for their next oil change, that will be part of the app download and sign up to encourage retention and ease of use the next time they need their next oil change. The next profile we've called Monica Motherton. Monica is a young mother or mother with young children. She actually drives to work in an office, and you can imagine one of those buildings that has a big parking lot. She's middle to high income. She's really focused on her career growth, especially in her current company or her specific industry. However, she feels uncomfortable at an auto service shop, as she always feels like she's either being taken advantage of or being gawked at in this male-dominated environment. So how will she be reached? Next time she comes in for an oil change, like I said, also for Colin. However, because she works in this kind of corporate environment, we're also going to reach out to her employer benefits provider to offer some discounts. That way, you might have seen some of these. If you buy movie tickets, you can do that. You can get usually a cell phone discount. We want to be part of that network as well. Additionally, we're going to do some research on the social media mom influencer world and try to connect with some of those influencers about sharing some information about our app. And finally, we'll be looking into advertising on the Bravo on-demand app, not the network TV app, but the actual internet property. The reason for that is that 76% of these Bravo viewers are women. And the fact that they're using this internet property or the app suggests they're digitally fluent, which is exactly what Hubcap users need to be or are. 1 out of every 3 of them has a child in the household. 92% of those Bravo app users are between the ages of 18 to 64. Now, while kind of probably 40 to 64 is beyond our target demographic here, that still works for how we want to reach them. And this is actually, Bravo calls them the power elite, as the most, they're defined as the most likely population type to watch Bravo, and that's exactly who we want as Hubcap users. The third ideal customer profile is Mr. and Mrs. Elderidge. Now, they're a little different from the previous two because they've actually been going to the same auto shop for years. They do have loyalty. However, as they get older, they would prefer the option to maybe have someone come to their home, to their garage, or to their driveway to do some of the auto service, or at least to do the part of the auto service that that they could do on site rather than taking it into a shop. And they'd also like to reduce the time they're waiting in the parking lot of their auto repair shop. That's going to be one of the main differentiators for Mr. and Mrs. Elderidge to use Hubcap. Our plan to reach them, like the other two, is the next time they come in for an oil change or any kind of maintenance. Additionally, we'll be advertising and reaching out to AARP and advertising in their magazine and digital properties. And the next time there's a AAA annual renewal, we'll be reaching out and partnering with that publication or that company as well. Moving on to our other type of customer base, we call them Hubcap pros. These are actually the service industry professionals who are, frankly, they're auto maintenance professionals. They're the ones that are fixing and servicing the cars. And we've identified two specific types of professionals or professional shops that we want to target. The first is that local mom and pop shop. And you can kind of think of this as also this is where Mr. and Mrs. Elderidge go. They have a loyal customer base, but because they're relatively small and locally owned, they're always looking for more customers. There isn't necessarily a natural flow there. They want to deliver a better customer experience with fewer customers waiting long times and waiting in long lines because they know these people and they've been coming to them for years. They do compete against the large dealership repair shops for basic maintenance, such as oil changes. Like I mentioned, they're locally owned and they're mostly successful in small to mid-sized metro areas. One of their biggest pain points is that they have no budget for digital advertising. When I Googled oil change near me, every single result on the first several pages was a major retail chain. The next type of customer that we're targeting is we're calling Jimi Hendrix Motors. Now, this is a dealership group. These are the people that when you're driving around town, you see on the license plates, kind of the tags around them, that they sell all kinds of different branded cars. They have several dealerships in a metro area. They view their repair center as a value add, but the majority of their revenue comes from car sales. And what they're hoping to do, although they're not entirely successful at this, or as they would like to be, is they'd like to establish and automate long-term relationships with car buyers through their service center. They also feel like they're underutilizing their CRM and their ability to access their customer data insights. Part of this we found through searching the copious amounts of literature that literally talk about dealerships adopting CRMs and needing to train sales and support staff. This is clearly an area of need specifically for this ideal customer type. For both Jimi Hendrix Motors and the mom and pop shop, the outreach strategies is pretty much going to be an old school door-to-door approach. Obviously, the mom and pop shop is walking in, cold calling, and meeting face-to-face, signing them up. And with Jimi Hendrix Motors, once we have one signed up, we would sign up the entire dealership group. Those are the two different types of customers that are going to be Hubcap users, both the pros and drivers. And within those 5 separate ideal customer profiles. This is some of the research that I did. If you have any questions for me about this or about Hubcap in general, I'd love to answer any of those questions. Thanks a lot.